Hey everyone, welcome back to it's the same episode technically as last time, but today we're going to be finishing off our multiple click upgrades, so let's just get straight into it, none of this waffling. So what we're going to do is open up the scripts folder, open up the upgrade manager, which I've already done just to save some time, and we are going to want, at the moment, we are just updating all of this text, right? It would probably be better if because we're going to have multiple things, so we're going to need some sort of for loop to determine what click upgrades text is changing. At the moment it's just changing a click upgrade text, well actually it's not even doing that because we've got errors. So we need to adjust this to add a for loop, which is going to loop through the number of click upgrades, and for every click upgrade it's going to change the text of just that click upgrade. It sounds complicated, but it's actually really easy. We're going to start by, in our update click upgrade UI, we're going to put in int upgrade ID equals -1. Now, what this is saying, we're basically adding a parameter, but because it's already equal, because we're defining it as -1, we don't actually need to put in a number into the update basically we don't need to put in an argument into this function here, because we're already defining it here. So by default, when it's calling this, it's actually just calling it as -1, if that makes sense. Now, what we want to do next is we should probably let's just do. Should we do the for loop? No, let's do an if first. So we're gonna want if upgrade ID is equal to -1, which by default it is. We're gonna say for. Now, this is where we're going to want to make our for loop for the upgrades. So we're going to say for int. I'm going to explain this now. I want people to learn what a for loop is in C# and how to do it. So for int I equals 0, semicolon. This is creating a new variable called I, and it's setting it to 0. You could say for I equals 5, but that's not what we want. We want it to start at 0. Slap bang 0. Anyway, after semicolon, it's kind of like ending a line. You put a semicolon to end a line. It's kind of like that. We're then going to say I is less than click upgrades dot count semicolon. Once again, kind of like ending a line. The reason we're doing this, obviously, I at the moment is equal to 0. So we're going to repeat this until I is bigger than or equal to the number of click upgrades. That's when we're going to stop doing this, because this is kind of like an if statement. So basically let's say we had like a print down here. Let's say, imagine, right, we had print, whoops, I cannot spell now, print hi or something like that, yeah. Let's imagine it's going to say, we're going to start at 0, and then because I starts at 0, 0 is less than clickupgrades.count. So it's kind of like if I is less than clickupgrades.count. So in this case it's if 0 is less than clickupgrades.count, and we'll do that. Now obviously you want a way to increment I after every time it's done it, so just say I plus plus, which basically means plus equals 1. And we don't actually need a semicolon after that. Now I can actually explain this. We're setting I to 0 by default. So if 0 is less than clickupgrades.count, which it is, we're gonna add 1 to I and print hi, and then it'll run through it again. If 1, because we added 1 earlier, is less than clickupgrades.count, we'll add 1 to I, print hi. If 2 is less than clickupgrades, it'll keep going until it's bigger than or equal to the number of items in click upgrades variable in the click upgrades list. So there we go. Anyway, we don't want that high. We just want to do our angled brackets for I don't know what like braces, I think they're called. I don't actually know what these are called. I'll have to look into what they're actually called. Anyway, we're then going to cut our code from down there into this for loop, and we've got to make some adjustments. So what I'm going to do, holding Alt on my keyboard and holding click, I can kind of select multiple things at once in like a square/rectangle form. So I'm going to just sort of select this empty gap after each E, after click upgrade, but before the full stop, and just put S, open square bracket, I, close square bracket. Now, I'm sure most people will be aware, if you was to say print click upgrades 0, now you might not know this, what it's going to do is print the first item in that list, because lists and arrays start with the index of 0 in most programming languages. Not all, don't assume this for every programming language, but it's the same for most of them. So this is 0, so this is our first click upgrade. If we were to print 1, that would be our second click upgrade. 2 is our third, 3 is our fourth, 4 is our fifth, so on. Basically, the number in here is the same number as the click upgrades plus 1, sort of. So what we're going to say, we're going to get I, obviously, we're adding on. So say I was, let's say I off the bat is 0. Click upgrades 0. So that's the first click upgrade, dot level text, blah blah, you get the point. Now rather than this being click upgrade name, did we actually change that last episode? Click upgrade names, yes, and names, and then I, like so. Simple. Okay, now after this if, we're going to say else. Then we're going to copy, not that, we're going to copy this text, whoops, and then copy this text and paste that in. Okay, now rather than having all these I's, we're going to have upgrade, oops, upgrade, oh my days, upgrade ID in here. So if it's not equal to -1, it's just going to put in that variable there. Awesome. Now what we can do is a little bit of optimizing. So inside this function, we're going to add in a void update UI. And yes, you can have private functions. I believe they don't, I don't think they can return anything though. So they have to be void inside of another function. But obviously this function can only be called within the function it's in. So what we're going to do is cut that. Whoops, we're going to cut that and paste it in there. Now we'll remove this else. Now we're going to make an int ID, or ID, parameter in the update. So we're going to change each of these i's to ID, and here ID. Then all we're going to do, we're going to call update UI and update UI, and both the if and the else here. That's it. But now we're going to want to add in our arguments. So in this argument is going to be I, and this argument's going to be upgrade ID. So if you can see what we're doing there, we've basically done the exact same thing but made it into one sort of method. Save that. Right, our cost is going to be easy, so we're going to add in an int upgrade ID. I don't think we need to set this to anything, we'll just have it as it is. We'll have click upgrade base costs. Right, after base costs we're going to have square bracket upgrade ID, close square bracket. Same here, we're going to have multiplier, we'll just do square bracket upgrade ID. And same here, square bracket upgrade ID, close square bracket. There we go, that's that. Next, what do we need to do? In our buy upgrade, do you want to put in an int upgrade ID? And in the cost, we're going to put in our upgrade IDs and the level upgrade ID. And boom, that's it. There we go. Lovely. We're now going to focus our attention to the upgrade script. We're going to make a method to actually be able to buy the upgrades. So we're going to make a public void, because we're not going to return anything. And it's going to be called buy upgrade. Now, because we're not returning anything, you can't make this an expression body. Very sorry. Actually, I'm going to be a bit more specific for buy click upgrade, because when we make our production upgrades, hopefully next video, we'll get confused. Now, if you don't know what I mean by expression body, by the way, last episode, I think they're in our methods. Here we made an expression body. I'm trying to find where else we've done one. Where else have we made an expression body? We made one in the main game, I'm pretty sure, or not. Basically, it's where you have the equal sign then the bigger than sign, and it's like a one-line return thing. It's hard to explain, but yeah, we did do it a few episodes back, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, continuing with the by-click upgrade, we're going to say main game dot instance dot no, why have I put main game? We want upgrades manager, obviously. Dot inst. We didn't make an instance for the upgrade manager. Let's go back and make an instance for it. Unless we've got. Oh, we've already got one in the main game. Oh, okay, so I was right the first time. Thought it was. So main game dot instance dot upgrade manager dot here we want by upgrade, and then here we're just going to put in upgrade ID. Simple. Save that. Wait, if I'm actually, I think we can actually convert this to an expression body. Despite it not returning anything, we're sort of. I think we can actually make this thing. I might be wrong. I may be wrong here. We can actually make that an expression body. If you want, go ahead, make that an expression body. I didn't actually realise you could do that. Silly me. We now focus our attention to the main game. We've got a few problems. Our progress bars, what I'm going to do is completely remove those, because we're going to come back to those in another episode. I shouldn't have done the progress bars that early. We're going to completely remove the progress bars from our script. I shouldn't have done them that early. Click power, we'll get back to that. What is this? Type click. We don't actually need this now either, so we're gonna keep the production, but I'm gonna comment out by doing 2 forward slashes. That comments out a line, so it doesn't read it. The script is not actually read where the lines are commented out, so like those pieces of code don't actually fall, like they don't actually execute. So these lines of code will not execute here because they're commented out. So that's how you comment in C#. Each language has different comments. Like Python is hashtag. This is 2 forward slashes. Now, what we're going to do, grade level equals 0. Prestiging is going to be a bit different now as well. We'll have to remake our prestige. I think we'll do that another time, because we'll probably go and upgrade our prestige system. So, what I'm thinking, we could just for now go through, we can make a for loop. We'll come back to that. Actually, let's do that now. We'll say for int I equals 0. And we want to keep this until I is bigger than or equal to. So basically, while I is less than, click upgrade. Oh, it's data dot click upgrade level dot count. We're gonna add 1 to I, and we're gonna say data dot click upgrade level in the square brackets I equals 0, and then that will do that for us. And then we'll just do another one. This will be for click upgrade price, and then here we'll copy the price and paste that there, and each price is 5. Prices are going to be even harder. Okay, because each I has a different price. We'll come back to prices, so forget that, right? We'll come back to prices. For now, we're not going to reset prices, because that'll be a bit harder coding. We'll do that another time. So for now, I'm just going to comment out the upgrade price, remove the upgrade level because we've done that there. Awesome. So now whenever you prestige, the price of your upgrade is not going to reset. I know that sounds bad, but we'll get there in a future video. We'll get there. Anyway, let's continue. So we need to sort this out now. So let's turn this back into statement body, which is how it was originally. So that's the braces, if you remember correctly. Like so. Right, let's remove that. I'm going to make a big double total, just so we know what the total click power is. And by default, it's going to be 0. Now, obviously, if you're not using big doubles, you can use floats, doubles, whatever you want. And next, we're now gonna have to make a for loop. So for int, I keep putting just I, for int I equals 0, I is less than click upgrade dot click upgrade level dot count I plus plus. This is getting really confusing with my instances and data dots and things like that. Sorry. Say total plus equals upgrades. So now you spell upgrade manager dot click upgrades base power I times by data dot click upgrade level I, and then this will basically set our click power to our level for the click upgrade level times the power of the level, and then we will return the total. Save that. There we go. Right. Oops. Right, back to the world of Unity. We got an error. What is this? Let's open this error. Oh, cost. Here we want our ID in this cost, by the way. Back to Unity again. We're gonna have to... Oh, I think I figured out, by the way, everyone, what's wrong with the scroll view from last episode. So if we go to our content, we want to add our content size fitter and make the vertical, I think it's minimum size, actually, I'm not sure. It's either minimum or preferred. It's one of the two options it gives us, okay? We'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm not a pro with scroll recs, but I think that's it. I just want to make sure. Yep, okay. We now need to open our prefabs and go to our click upgrade. Let's open up the click upgrade by double clicking it. You'll see this none game object. We're just going to drag in our click upgrade into that, and then we're going to choose, is it button? One of these, we'll figure it out once again. That is why we need to add in our upgrades into the click upgrade button. Silly me. Now we are dragging our click upgrades by click upgrade. Lovely. Right, let's sort this out. The upgrade ID, we're going to keep it 0. Upgrade button, that is going to be our click upgrade. Level text, that's going to be our level. Cost is obviously drag name there, so name is name, cost is cost. Awesome, that's that done. Save. Right, we can exit this now by clicking this back arrow on the click upgrade, and we now want to go into scripts, game handler, upgrade handler, that's the one, sorry, and we need to drag this in. So our click upgrades prefab is obviously a click upgrade prefab, dragging that prefab. The click upgrade scroll, okay, where we've now got this scroll view, we're going to have like buttons. That is probably what we'll do next. We're going to struggle to fit this in. For now, we'll rename this to click upgrade scroll. So click upgrades scroll. There we go. In a couple of videos, we're going to have buttons to... So, yeah, this isn't going to work as I thought it would for now. That's fine, that's fine. So this episode we're going to have this scroll. Next episode we're going to make the other scroll for the production upgrades. But that won't actually fit on the screen unless you can make it fit. But we'll be able to use the production upgrades once we've got tabs. Yeah, that's fine. We just have to go like that. That's fine. So anyway, back to our, what was it? Upgrade handler. Our upgrades, we can delete that now. I don't know why we made an upgrades game object, to be honest. We can delete that. So we just want the upgrade handler, so our scroll is obviously that, and our click upgrades panel is our content. It's lovely. So I think that's it. I think we can give it a test now. If we run with a bit of hope, please work. It's going to take a rather long time to do its thing. I'll be back with you in a second. Right, sorry about that, everyone. I had to restart my computer. Now, I've noticed a few problems. This might be causing a crash. We forgot to... We can remove the click upgrade price from the data script, because we don't need that anymore, because we've got that somewhere else. Let's go to Upgrades Manager. We need to add, after the void update UI here, we need to add ID in square brackets for this click upgrade level. I believe that's all. Let me have a look. Also, we need to set our total by default to 1 because we want at least 1 click power. Let's give this another go to save it. Let's hope it works. Bit of luck. Come on. It's done it again. That's a shame. Well, I'll be right back once again. Okay, everyone. I'm gonna also, in the methods, where it says list here in the upgrade check, I'm gonna add a ref in front of the list. See if that does anything. Newsflash, in our main game, in the void update, we need to remove the click upgrade power text and maybe we actually don't. Hold on a minute. Never mind, no we don't. Okay, I think I've just scanned something out which doesn't actually help our game crashing. I'm going to do it just to look nice. So in Upgrades Manager, rather than calling this cost, I'm going to call this click upgrade cost. So then we can also differentiate from each thing. So that's going to be click upgrade cost, click upgrade, and that's it, save. Any in here, any errors in here that we should know about? Nope. Right, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just make a new save in the main game. It's called Idle Game Series 4, just in case it's to do with our save script, and if it still crashes, we may have a few problems which we might have to fix another episode, because I'm not really sure what's going on. Let's check everything quickly. Right, moment of truth, everyone. Let's file, save. Does it work now? Here we go. If this doesn't work, we'll have to fix this next video because I can't figure it out today. 3, 2, 1. Oh my, it worked. Oh, let's go. So in other words, everyone, I think it was actually that ref that wasn't working. Oh wow, it actually worked. Okay. It might have been the save as well. I'm not sure what it was, but there we go, our taps. Now we can't actually read these. Let's fix these ugly buttons. So what I'm going to do is, rather than making that minimum size, so I'm going to go in Canvas, click or scroll, viewport, content. It's because we never added that. Oh, we did add it, but it just didn't save. So I need to re-add my content size fit a minimum size on the vertical. It should fit, work. No, it doesn't work. Maybe we want preferred size on the vertical. There we are. We want preferred size on the vertical. Let's fix this up a bit. Let's start by going into our viewport. We want not viewport, scroll. We want to turn off horizontal movement. I like elastic. You could do clamped or whatever, but it's gonna leave it like that. We need to we're gonna open up our UI. Not our UI, sorry, our prefabs, our click upgrade. Right, we now need to do some stuff here. So this click upgrade name, I'm not going to stretch it, but I'm going to anchor it to the top. I could actually stretch it across the top like that, that's what I'm going to do. This text here, I'm going to stretch, I'm just going to anchor these, I'm not going to stretch them at all. Anchor, so the name I'm going to anchor to top, cost I'm going to anchor to the middle right, level I'm going to anchor to the middle left. That should then make a difference. That's now let's go into our script, and we've got one more thing we actually need to do. Also, you may find that when you're pressing play, your upgrades are actually starting top left, all the way up here. If that is the case, what you want to do is, oh no, sorry, not that. Like your, let me press play and show you. Yeah, it's the same here. So you might actually find that your upgrades are starting from the bottom rather than the top. And to fix that, all we've got to do is, where we say in the upgrade manager, click upgrade scroll, normalize position, normalize position equals new vector 2. We want 0,1 in there, and that should start it from the top, because it changes the pivots. So it should now start from the top item. Yeah, and it does. There you go. Let's go 10 money. We'll work on that in a minute. We need to fix this, but first let's go over into our upgrades manager in our UI, where we've got this +1 here. We don't want that. We just want the upgrade name. We don't want the +1 on 953 in the upgrades manager. Now we've got some more things to do in here quick, so we are going to actually have to stretch these. So I'm going to stretch that across the top. The cost I'm going to stretch across there. Level I'm also going to stretch, and we should then all be alright. Let's have a look. Near enough there, near enough there. Obviously we don't want those two interfering with each other, so what's going on with the level? It's because we're stretching that across there. We shift that. We can set the pivot there and then stretch it. Maybe that will do something. Let's have a look. No, okay. Let's just set it to the right. A bit bigger. Let's just stretch it to the full size. No, definitely not. Let's not do that. You'll have to play around with your anchors a bit here, but you know, you'll get there. If we just anchor that to the left, that'll do. It's not perfect, but you lot, my UI is not brilliant for this stuff. You lot will have to play around with your own anchors, but let's test it. So we get 1 per click. Let's just get 50 real quick. So we get 1 per click. Let's buy that. We should now get, that's increased by a lot. Wow, that's increased by a lot. Oh well, we now get 2 per click. Awesome. So level 1's increasing by too much money. Okay. We now get 5 a click, and when we do this, we should get 10 a click, because, yep, we now get 10 per click. Let's get 100. We now get 20 per click, and then this should give us 45 per click, and it does. Awesome stuff. So you can see our click powers actually work now. We need to fix the +1 click power things. Let's go to our upgrade manager. Our base cost. It's because here we put 11.25 in our multiplier for the first upgrade, but rather than 1.25 by accident. Save that, and as you can see, we've got some working upgrades, which is really nice. We need to put in methods.upgrade check, and then brackets. And in here we're going to say ref. Then in here you want ref main game dot instance dot data dot level, click upgrade level, comma, and the number of upgrades you're doing. So I think we're doing 4, are we not, or 5? I think it's 5. Let me go double check. So upgrades, no, upgrades data, yeah, 5 here. So if you ever want to add a new upgrade, you'd make that 6, and then you go to upgrades manager and you'd make that 6 there, and then you'd obviously go and add another one to each of those. But we're not. I'm only doing 5 in the. Yeah, I'm only doing 5 for now. So in the future I might show you how you make more upgrades. It's really simple. Anyway, that's it. We're done, I believe. Right, everyone, I believe that is it for today. If we've got a scroll bar, as you can see, that's nice. Got a nice little scroll bar. Now, if you don't want to see enough, like, if you don't want to see videos where I show you how to make upgrades, I can make those in the future. As you can see, our plus 52 money per tap is saving nicely, and this actually upgrades it properly now. It's not stupid amounts. There we go, awesome stuff. We've done it. Now, next episode we're going to do the same but for production, and I'll see you then. So thanks for watching everyone, and goodbye.